time for another Raid Shadow Legends video. That's right, I'm in Miami, and we are going to talk about the top favorite champions in my rosters. And Kat is off screen here. You did this video already, right?
Yep. This is just like favorite champions in your roster for whatever reason you want, because it's your channel.
Okay, so I think this is a great idea, and I went through and I looked through all of the game modes that I played in, and we're going to start off in Arena first, and the reason why I think that I'm going to bring up the very first champion is because two of them are right here. You ready for what 1 and 2 are?
I bet I can guess, but go.
All right, I'm going to say Arbiter and Sun Wukong.
That was what I was going to guess.
All right, so before we get into why Sun Wukong's amazing, click the link in the description or scan the QR code here on the screen. You're going to get a total of 3 legendaries. That's right, 3 legendaries and 3 epic champions. One of the best times to start playing Raid Shadow Legends. Corrado Fox Hunter right from the start, and then you get Ugo at level 10, Fane at level 20, and then Deacon Armstrong at level 40. And I'd say pay special attention to Ugo and Deacon. More important than all of that, in the first 24 hours of playing Raid Shadow Legends, use promo code Monkey King to get Sun Wukong. We're going to talk about that guy at length. And then also, if you log in for 7 days, right now, you can get Michelangelo
From the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, and the footage of the 4 of them look amazing.
God,
I
they
was
look so
hearing
fun.
that if you can get the 4-piece of them, I don't know if you've seen this, every hard dungeon gets blown up is what I'm hearing.
I've seen that.
Okay, so right now everybody's going bonkers over the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Including us.
And we've got one pretty much right now for logging 7 days. We're working on the second. The details on the 3rd and 4th, Raphael and Donatello, we don't really know. We're working on Donatello.
Coming out. Yeah, they're coming out in events in the coming months.
Okay, so couple things. How do you get Monkey King? Well, you just use the promo code Monkey King Sun Wukong right out of the gate. This guy is bonkers.
He is also on this list for me. He was in my video. He makes this video every single time.
Yeah. The main thing is that in Arena, it pretty much, well, it depends on the strategy, but one of the main strategies is using a speed aura. And so it's nice to have a speed aura right out of the gate until you get Arbiter. So you start off with 28, and then you go to 30 when you use Arbiter. The other thing, too, is that you have to play a lot of a live arena, and you need to have 2 characters because they're going to ban one of your speed auras. They're always going to ban Sun Wukong, for example. They're always going to ban Arbiter. And so as far as picking your first free champion, which is the promo code champion, I always suggest people to get Sun Wukong just because live arena is miserable, absolutely miserable until you get Arbiter. And that's because you need to have 2 speed arena champions. And if you just go in with Sun Wukong and somebody else, they're going to ban your Sun Wukong, right? That's
every time.
Every time. So
if somebody doesn't have Arbiter, I ban their Sun Wukong.
Yes, and so this is why I think starting off with Sun Wukong is the most important. Now, this is useful right here inside of Hydra, and I'll show you my Hydra teams because he was on their block buffs. Not only takes away all the buffs and does massive damage, also stops from other buffs getting there, and he steals them. And then early game, you want to farm campaign Brutal 12-3. Well, it could be any 12-3 really, but Brutal, which is not the hardest one, is the most efficient one for silver and energy.
And you get the most experience from it too.
Yeah.
And if you have Sun Wukong built just right, like super high crit rate, super high crit damage, he will just mow through it and do it in 9 seconds.
Yeah, 9 seconds. And so also you can use Kale. Some people use Kale, but you don't use Kale. Do you use Kale at all anymore?
Nope. Only when I have the advanced quest to use one rare champion in Demon Lord.
Okay, so starter champions are starter champions. You're going to outgrow them no matter what. The typical one is Kale. I use Kale, and it's the exact same thing. The only time I use Kale is when there's a quest for Demon Lord using Heart. Anyways, we got so much to go through. His passive is one of the most bonkers in the game, Revive the Champion, with turn meter 3 turns after they were killed. So basically, he just revives. Like, this guy does not die.
Nope.
unless there's a permakill effect, and so if he's paired up with a super tanky champion like Ultimate Death Knight, or Loki is technically tanky in his own way, this guy's not going away. It's just he's going to keep coming back. He's the epitome of a glass cannon. This damage here is off the charts. I can't tell you, but you can delete an entire team. You know, when you see the green, which means that they're weak against you, you target the green with low health, you're going to have a high chance that the entire team gets wiped and then stunned on a basic. And if you set up the masteries with counterattack, he's going to be stunning people out of turn. Okay, Arbiter, which is this is the Pikachu of Raid Shadow Legends.
It's a good way of, I think that's a good way of putting it, because you can't get her immediately. It's like Pikachu in Pokemon. You can't get Pikachu. She's not a starter. But you eventually get her, and she is unbelievably helpful. Like, she completely changed Arena for me.
Yeah, so Arbiter is a champion that you get through the Arbiter missions, so there's no cost. You have to do some hoops. How long did you take?
It takes a minute. I wasn't putting that much effort into them. I was kind of being slow about it, but it took me 9 months.
9 months? Okay,
maybe a little less.
I think I hear people doing it as quickly as 3 months if they're focused.
Oh yeah, if you focus on that, you could do it in 3 months, and especially if you know what you're doing in the game already, you could get that done in 3 months, no problem.
I think the Arbiter missions is a great way of learning to play the game, because there's a lot going on, and so when you're logging in, I'll show you where that's at real quick. Arbiter missions are going to be found right here, and if you're not sure what to do in Raid Shadow Legends, click on the missions. Now, I've already completed the Arbiter missions, but then after that, we get the best legendary character in the game is later, and that's really hard to get. But Arbiter missions is kind of like introduction to Raid Shadow Legends. You're going to learn the game just by playing in the Arbiter missions, is what I found. And what I mean by she is the Pikachu of Raid Shadow Legends, she came out when the game was first started, so over 6 years.
She's an
6.5 years ago. She's used constantly in so many different game modes. She's very fast. She speeds up your team. You just make her fast, and faster. And she's going to be one of the more dominant leads in Arena, would you say? And
she's in a lot of the promo material.
That she's like that. I think they had a TV show, a YouTube series, all this stuff, and it's
they had
based
a whole
around
YouTube series.
Arbiter. Arbiter is the Pikachu of Raid Shadow Legends, and you essentially get her for free. I use her in other places, but mostly in Arena. And there, she's got a team revive. She can knock down duration of buffs. She gives attack up, which fuels my son Wukong.
And that's attack up and a turn meter fill.
Yeah, and a turn meter fill. So like, there's this crazy thing you could do. Like if someone's dead, this revives the whole team and fills turn meter. Then she gets another turn, and then she goes right into this and gives everybody attack up and more turn meter, and then you're exploding the team. And she's very, very fast. So she's the Pikachu of Raid Shadow Legends. I don't know other way how to describe her. And you get her for free. Now, we're going to go and talk about what I think is the best epic in the entire game. And before you haven't seen my list. Have you seen my list?
No.
Okay, you have not my list. And what is the best epic in the game?
I actually don't know. I feel like it could be one. It could be one of three.
Okay, on this screen right here, because you can.
But I'm gonna guess it's the first one I thought of.
Okay.
Go.
Well, tell us who's the best epic.
My thought was Geomancer.
Geomancer.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. So Geomancer is better than a large percentage of the legendaries. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
100%.
So I don't have any confirmation of this story, but I don't think he was supposed to work or be as good as he is.
So they had to make him an epic to bring him down a roll?
They were going to nerf him.
Oh.
And they didn't.
Because everyone freaked out?
Yes. And so I think this character was never intended to be this good. So when you get Geomancer, it's like, whoa, that's like part 2 of Raid Shadow Legends. And there's this thing that I heard from Arnold, and I've said it a lot, Geomancer plus 4.
Oh, yeah.
So there's a lot of support champions in the game, and running Geomancer with 4 supports probably will take down most bosses in Doom Tower.
Yep.
Yeah,
I've
it
tried
just
this.
does.
I think the only one it might not is Dark Fae, but
Yeah, not
but
Dark
Dark
Fae.
Fae is super super funky with turn meter anyways.
Well, he can knock down her turn meter. If you can get through the 5 of your champions, he
Yeah.
actually works pretty well in Dark Fae because he knocks down her turn meter.
That's true.
So he's actually pretty good even in Dark Fae, strangely enough.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where to start with this guy. Just the passive. I think the main thing is that when you get HP burn down, he does 2 things. He's kind of protecting the damage, decrease all the damage values you see by 15%. That's great. And then he reflects damage, and it's just he is doing damage back to the bosses constantly.
Yep.
And so he's a primary damage dealer. Now, most damage dealers in Raid Shadow Legends are kind of fragile. He is not fragile.
No.
No, he's not
he's
fragile.
so tanky.
So he is, you just build him up to be super tanky, and he's great on that. So HP burn, weaken helps you do more damage. He has a way of getting rid of the positive effects, and in fact, stealing them. He also has a way of knocking down turn meter, and then you have a basic attack that hits all targets and is decreed accuracy, which is nice. But the idea is that he's kind of protecting your team, he's tanky, and he is reflecting damage past to the boss. And as long as you can keep him alive, that's it. That's all you need to do.
Yep, and he breathes very dramatically.
Oh.
Look, it's what he does. Rolls his whole shoulder with it.
Yeah, he's working out. Now, I have 2 champions here that I also wanted to talk about is Demitha and Seer. You have Demitha?
I do not.
Okay, so...
do I? I don't think I do.
Yeah, I actually use her in my Clan Boss team. I use her in my Ice Golem team. And then I use her one other place. So she has kind of a somewhat unique mechanic where she can do block damage. Places block damage buff on allies for 1 turn. And then she's massive amounts of healing. And so this is just like enough time in Clan Boss for them to survive. And, you know, because then it starts going really fast. And then this heals up the team. And then they're not taking damage when this block damage is coming in. I also use this inside of Iron Twins. She has a way of increasing the duration, which means that you can kind of perma keep the buffs going.
Ooh.
And healing. Just massive amounts of healing. So all she does is heal, shields, and prevent damage.
Wait,
so,
what was that on her? Was it her A2 or A1? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That is the most levels I've ever seen
oh yeah.
on a single skill.
She's an epic
That's
Void
insane.
Knight, so that's not super hard to get. Like Geomancer is an epic. Epics are pretty easy to get. Geomancer is a lot easier to get because he's not a Void. These Void ones.
Relatively, I've seen some people on Reddit be like, I've been playing this game for 2 years and I still don't have a Geomancer.
You should get Geomancer though, right?
Like the odds are in your favor here.
Non-void epics are realistic to get like in a year. You should have a good percentage of the core ones. I don't think, unless you're very unlucky, you should be able to get Geomancer. Demitha is not so
Unless
much.
God hates you.
Right. Well, there you go. Well, and like this is void, right? And so
Yeah,
void
so
is,
that's a
there you
little
go.
bit trickier.
Void is trickier. Okay, so Demitha. Now, same thing with Seer, and we're gonna talk about Seer real quick. Seer is a massive amount of time savings. Do you use Seer, or have you got Seer to work?
I don't have her built up as much as I want her to be.
Okay, so Seer is deceptively good.
She's sneaky.
And frustrating at the same time because she has to be built a certain way and she has to be paired up with other champions that give her a large amount of positive effects, and then she typically also needs a champion to reset her cooldowns. And the idea is if you're going into a dungeon, you're going to have a wave of champions, and you get to the boss, and her job is to delete the waves in seconds. And she does that with this right here. Remove all the buffs from not only your side and their side, then attacks them, and this, when set up correctly, should delete everybody. It's just that's
Yep.
it. She should just.
I've seen it happen.
1 million damage. Everybody's dead. Go to the next wave. have a champion to reset the cooldowns, then pump your team up with buffs, and then keep going. So that's her job, is she deletes waves. On the top levels of Doom Tower, you can set it up to do that also. So she just, that's her job, is it's kind of a luxury thing though. It's a time saving is what it is. No,
Yeah.
or top levels of Doom Tower is clearing waves. So she's a wave clearer.
Yeah.
And that's all she does. And then typically when you get to the boss, like this right here, by the time we get to the end of Ice Golem, she doesn't do anything anymore. Like I have to go in and set her up to not attack anymore, not with that big attack.
Gotcha.
Because you don't want those buffs stripped away. So by the time I get to round 3, she just opens with it and then she stops using it because you don't want to strip those buffs away. So anyways, Seer is a game changer. Void Epic, not the most impossible to get, but most definitely is challenging to get. We're going to go over to the Dragon's Lair, and I'm just kind of going through this. So we got Seer there again, and we're going to talk about 2 champions here, and that is going to be Mithrala and Padraig. And I want to talk about Mithrala first. And you are working on getting Mithrala, right?
She is the only reason I'm doing Hydra consistently.
Yeah.
I hate Hydra, but she is so worth it.
So Hydra is a mid-game hurdle, and it requires not 1 team of 6, but 3 teams of 6, and very specific types of champions. And she is one of the prizes for finishing and completing Hydra.
Yep.
Play Hydra weekly, sim it, do whatever you got to do.
Just get a chest at least.
Yes, do not.
As many possible chests and as many difficulties.
Yes, and the main purpose of her for me, and this is going to vary from person to person because she does a lot of things, but she has a way of removing all debuffs very quickly, 3-turn cooldown. Okay, so that's what her main function is. But the thing is that her kit is set up in a way where she's going to have like bonkers resistance. So also increases this champion's resistance. The amount which it is increased is equal to the amount of accuracy this champion has. So
that's cool, because it's like a 2-for-1 stat.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than needing to clear stun off your team, but the character that is going to clear the stun is stunned. So
probably by Sun Wukong.
Yes, she's not going to get stunned.
Yep.
She's not going to get stunned.
Right.
Because, let's say she has a good amount of resistance already, but then you ramp up the accuracy through the roof because you want to land all these things, and then you get numbers that are absurd because it adds the accuracy into the resistance. And then this is a nice for wave clearing Hex. When the Hex is applied right here, not only is she buffing the team with increased defense, increased accuracy, plus she's putting strengthen and shield. She's also placing out Hex, and Hex is useful when they attack in with AoE. Basically, they're going to be petrified, which is a fancy version of stun. I don't want to get into the differences because there is a little different, but just it's a fancy version of stun where you really can't do a lot of damage to them while they're petrified.
She's Medusa. She turns them to stone.
Yes.
That's it.
And then she also puts out poison. So very, very good. Now, Padraig, I'm going to show that they're kind of interchangeable for what they do in some ways. I use these champions for the same reason. He also has remove all debuffs, but he's also filling turn meter, increasing speed. He can heal up. He's attacking a single target. He's reducing cooldowns sometimes randomly, and then he has this passive that gives a lot of those buffs that Mithrala is good. Now, this is not a champion that you're just gonna get. This is a legendary. No, you know what I mean?
You are just big dick energy having both Mithrala and this guy.
No, but the idea is that almost every champion I've mentioned so far, right, are reasonable to get.
Yeah.
Arbiter free, Sun Wukong right from the start. Geomancer, there's an epic. Seer's an epic. Lydia you can get for free. Mithrala you can get for free. Well, I mentioned a character I didn't mean to mention.
Spoiler!
But Seer's an epic. This is the first one that you may or may not come across. And so the point I'm trying to make is that your journey in raid is going to be different than mine, and you may come across a different Padraig or a character that is good that I don't have, and you'll get to use it a different way. You're going to have a unique, custom experience. You will stumble across champions like this that you're going to find special ways to do it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You have Duchess Lilitu.
Yeah, I have a 6-star soul Duchess Lilitu, which is insane. I don't have this guy, but it's okay because that's a champion who's going to basically do the same, a lot of the similar things.
Kat's phone's ringing, so she's walking into the room. Remember, your mic is on. I can hear everything.
I'm not picking it up.
Okay, there you go.
We are on vacation.
Don't worry about if you don't have this guy, if you're not going to get this guy. What I'm saying is it doesn't matter because you're going to get your own special character and you're going to have your own experience with the game. I just wanted to throw this guy in here because I ended up using this guy in so many different places.
And he's cool looking. He's Treebeard.
He's Tree Dude. Yeah, he's very good. So he is super amazing.
I love this guy. I love his design.
I use him on so many. I use him in Fire Knight. I use him here. I use him inside of Chimera. I use him inside of Hydra. I use this guy. I was going through my list and I was clicking on my stuff and I was like, oh my god, I use this guy in so many different places. All right, we're going to keep going to Fire Knight. Now, Fire Knight is the hardest dungeon for me anyways. This
Bane
is my
of
hardest.
my existence.
Yeah, this is so.
Besides Ice Golem.
So a couple things. This is a free champion right here.
Love you, Carl.
These two are epics, and then Mikage is also. Oh, we got to air quotes this free champion. Would you agree that's a air quotes free champion?
You don't necessarily need to spend to get her, but if you spend, it will be faster.
Okay, she's a mythical that you don't have to spend money on. That's acquired through fusions, and she has 2 forms. So I can click the button here, and mythicals.
So right now she's just chill lady with some weird legs, and now she's a full-blown spider witch.
Okay, yeah, and so you can switch forms. There's a cooldown on it, but it gets them an extra turn, so it flips pretty quick. So she starts off in this form, and then right away she can go into the secondary form. And what you'll see people do in Arena is an AoE stun, which is nice. It's nice, but
very helpful.
That is not why I like her. That is not why I use her. She has this attack where she boosts the damage on the team, and everybody attacks in. And then this ability right here, I can't express to you how bonkers this is. Basically, decreases the duration of all enemy buffs and all ally buffs by 1 turn. Then increases debuffs. Well, it doesn't matter. Okay, so she does 4 things with this one ability. Any bad stuff on your team is going down by 1. Any good stuff on your team is going up by 1. Anything bad on the other team is going up by 1. Anything good on the other team is going down by 1.
Yeah.
It's doing 4 things at once.
It's crazy.
So
that's just her basic form.
Her basic form is actually more useful in most boss fights. So I think her base form is doing much. So basically, this is getting rid of negative effects on your side, making sure that you have your positive effects are stacked and not going away, and that they are keeping all of their negative effects on the other side for a long time and keeping them. So this is total manipulation. We'll just leave it at that. She is very, very, very good. So she's going to require some being very deliberate in getting the fusion and or being mindful of the pieces that are needing the fusion. Sometimes they have boosted rates on the champions that are required, or they have prism shards that have the champions, or sometimes they have a guaranteed drop, like when you hit X number of shards on Void or something like that, then you get one of the guaranteed champions.
Yeah.
So
for her fusion.
For her fusion. She requires a bunch of different characters in the fusion to get her. So that is Fire Knight. Now we're going to go over to Sand Devil, and this is a champion that is also going to change a lot of things, and that is God Seeker. So this is also a free champion that I was using Royal Guard here, and I recently just switched to him, and he is making the battle much better. She's kind of I don't think she's the best support champion out there, but she helps me a lot. And we're gonna go into my Chimera and Hydra builds I'm using her a ton over there.
Oh yeah.
There's a trick in here. We're not going to talk about it, but she's a healer, reviver, buff extender. So she can heal the team and extend buffs. She can heal the team and then she can revive. Not only does she revive, she resets the cooldowns, which creates some very interesting combos. And then she has a boosted healing effect passively where the team just heals more. And then she has this death prevention where they just revive on death. And that creates this cool combo where these two characters can get through the Phantom, or the Sand Devil. Okay.
And what I like about her revive on death is that she applies it right before they die.
Right.
So it's not like she gives it to the whole team and then it could get stripped away. It happens like right as they're dying. They get that revive on death, and then they just come right back.
Did you look at Donatello's version of this?
Yes.
It's actually better.
Well, so it's like this other champion
Freya.
that.
Freya, yeah.
No, it was somebody else. It was
Okay.
a dwarf champion who has a similar mechanic.
Okay. But anyways, that's another story. But Donatello's got something a little better. That's the thing about the.
I don't know if it's better. It's different.
Well, this
It's for
one
different
here,
purposes.
So this one they die, and they get the revive on death. So the revive block thing doesn't work, or if the champion has a buff blocker, it doesn't work.
Right.
Where
right.
Donatello sidesteps both of those things.
Exactly.
Okay, so it's just a little different. We got to talk about the turtles. But anyways, we're going to get to the last one, and then
Turtles!
we're going to Phantom Showgrove. We're going to talk about St. Padraig again, Godseeker again, and Lydia. Lydia is not easy to get. However, want to hear something?
Tell me.
Permanent free gear removal makes her very achievable. I bet you I could get her.
That's true.
I bet you in your account, I bet you could get her.
Okay.
You put your best gear on all your champions, you might be able to get her.
That sounds like a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. Okay, so Faction Wars requires 5 members from all the factions. There's 15 factions going on 16 factions, something like that. So it's a lot of champions. But the thing is, you need a reviver healer, and most factions have an epic reviver healer, so you kind of have to use those. And you put the best gear up. Anyways, when you max all of them out, all 21 stages of each faction at 3 stars, you get Lydia. And I
believe was designed after one of the developers, right?
I don't know.
I believe she was. It's legend.
Yes. So
in the game.
So what she does, it's this 3-turn cooldown, decrease defense, weaken, strengthen, speed up. So weaken.
You take more damage.
They take more damage. Strengthen is the opposite of weaken. Increased speed is just super useful. Decreased defense is super useful. She does a lot of other stuff, but that's what she's mostly used for. I mean, this is nice right here. She's got a way of doing ability block and block buffs on a single target. She has a way of retaliating, but the main thing is that she denies enemy revive attempts.
Even if she is dead.
Even if she's dead, and then there's a revive when this happens. So, like, we talked about Sun Wukong was the first champion on this list. But this has a long cooldown, so it's not going to be going off all the time. 7 turns. This basically can happen at the beginning of the match. Maybe it'll happen again. But this is helpful in Arena. I think we've gone through all of my champions. I'm going to go over my list real quick. I got a list here. Boom, 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 boom. Yes, we talked about all of them. And I think the reason why I wanted to showcase this is because this is also a part of my, like right here, this is Demon Lords. We've got my, did I not do this yet? Did I do not? Oh no, Ultra Nightmare. We're in the wrong part right here. So this is a we've got Demitha right here. Getting use right there in Demon Lord. Then we're going to go over to Hydra, and then we're going to see my Hydra teams. I'm going to have to make a video about this team right here, because I was able to get Packmaster and Shayak to work off. But you can see I'm running Lydia. Then we're going to go over to Brutal, and you can see right here I'm running Arbiter and Padraigs, right? And then we're going over to Hard, and you can see that I'm reusing a lot of these champions, and this is going to give me max chests. Who do we got here? Mithrala? Okay. And then we go to Chimera, and then we'll see a lot of the same champions right here. Godseeker, Lydia, Mithrala. And then on the normal version, I was able to use, where are we at? I can't find you.
Ooh, you haven't done normal yet.
I went down to night. I went to brutal.
Oh,
we're going to brutal. We're working on getting up.
Big
Basically,
guy here.
same team, except where I used a Padraig instead of Mithrala, and I used Mithrala to get more of the trials. So right there, it's the same team essentially, but I was able to get. I couldn't use Mithrala, but I got a lot more trials. I got 11 on there. So that is my favorite champions in all of Raid Shadow Legends. You have to check out Kat's video if you want to see her favorite champions. I think you put some champions you just like the way they look.
I do. There's a couple on there for aesthetic. There's one who's both aesthetic and he's also really good. That would be Rule, the Mothman.
Right.
I love him.
So, if you haven't done so already, click the link in the description or scan the QR code here on the screen. You're going to start your journey off with 3 epics and 3 legendaries.
Woo.
In the first 24 hours, use promo code Monkey King to get Sun Wukong, who was my first champion that I loved in this video. Absolutely a good thing. And then, if you log in for 7 days, you'll get Michelangelo, and I'm trying to get all 4. And if I can get all 4, I think I'm going to have a different story, maybe a different list. We'll have to see how that turns out.
It's just going to be all turtles.
It's all going to be all turtles. All right. Bye for now.